Hello and welcome to Evening Excellence. This is a series where I focus on playing some games and uplifting you, guiding a path to excellence and truly inspiring. So right now I'll be playing Brawlhalla. Let's get this started. I'm gonna take just a few seconds. It won't be long, you know, well, more than that, but we're just gonna play for a little bit and have some uplifting conversation. I hope you'll stay around and follow. Thank you so much. Let's begin. This is a pretty chill game, you know. What sets my channel apart from others is that I play a lot of games that other people don't play.
Online.
And I like to do that in my for my content. I play a myriad of different games, but the ones that I broadcast are a lot of different ones that other people don't play. And so I think it shows a lot of different variety, and it brings a lot of good energy to the space, and it should be different, you know. Streaming really needs to be different. Um, it needs to be a different energy that you put out. You know, what makes you different versus just what is the tone of streaming. Like just a regular depiction of what it is. And I believe I have a lot to bring to that distinction. And so I hope you would
Three,
uh,
two,
join me on
one,
this journey
brawl.
as we create this path. So the focus of my channel is bringing um, like fusing purity with gaming, right? Like spirituality with gaming, and doing that in an excellent way. You know, you'll see me get better at games. Uh, and I really wish to showcase, you know, just a plethora of disability and a plethora of different things. Um, but this is a game I'm typically, um, I would say I do well at. You know, this is ranked, and you know, you'll see I just jump right into ranked, right? I didn't spend the time to do any sort of other crap. I didn't spend any time to do any sort of prep or anything of that like. Um, I like to just kind of jump into the game. You know, if I'm playing a game like Apex or Call of Duty, I would kind of prep before I jump into rank. You see what I'm saying? I don't spend a lot of time playing games. While I stream, I might spend more time doing it. You know, so I hope my teammates did, you know, do well. Um, I am not in the match anymore. But yeah, I really think it's important to bring positivity in your platform. You know, really put out something distinct, but also something that is very much so entertaining. I think spirituality is entertaining. Um, kind of where there's a veil in between that is that people who are spiritual versus people who aren't, and um, a little bit of what the past mainstream has made spirituality to be. Content entertaining, and they put a lot of emphasis on stuff like sin and things like that. Good game. I like that. They put a lot of emphasis on sin. The main emphasis of spirituality is not a dichotomy of righteousness and sin. It's love. That's the main emphasis of spirituality is love and gaining um, gaining you know enlightenment in that way. It's important to have a clarity of righteousness and sin, but that's not the main thing. Um, that's not the main thing. It's there, but it's not the main thing. Um, in that way, right? The main thing is love, and perfect love casts out imperfection, right? And we are perfect um, in the eyes of creation. You see what I'm saying? We are perfect. Um, but my goal is to inspire and to really put out a good message and to really uplift those really have a good time and to really capture some of my dreams that I've been going after with doing this. I want to do some damage. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's go. Where am I? Okay. Oh my. Oh man. I have to really clutch now. You know, I'll get better with this specific, session as okay as we continue in the stream. So let's see. Hopefully they do well. But yeah, I play a lot of different games. I kind of just want to leave that open, and throughout the journey, we can, focus on that and expand on that as it comes. Um, and I'll get more in depth as I start to post more content and start to expand. Come on, got it. They're doing good. This is really good. got it. Good game. I'll try. So I like to stream, I guess, between 30 minutes and 2 hours. Um, I kind of think that's where I'm gonna be at today. Because, I want to make it to where the content is viewable and people click and they're like, okay, I can watch this. I can spend time watching it, like, take, a few times, um, they'll, they could take a few sittings to watch it. Um, and I go live too. I haven't gone live much, but I do really much so enjoy recording the content and then posting it like this. It's really nice. It really gives you comfort. Um, and I have a lot of hopes for this character I'm playing now right now. Come on. Get that. Oh no. Sorry. But this is a game that you could just pass the time just a little bit, Ooh. Okay. Come on. Ah, no. So I do want gameplay to be a reason that my content is, um, accredited. Uh, I like motivational talk, but I think that just the personality of my stream should be, a reason to, stay for the journey. Um, I want to offer, a few things, but I think personality is a promoting dictation for content, but I think the most thing, I want to get better at games um, during this path. And, you know, if you have ways that you want to get better at games, maybe, some of my aspects that I play as, can inspire you to kind of get better, or you want to start playing more, um, or you have a desire to be a motivational um, spokesman or spokeswoman and play games, or you really want to focus on being someone that uh, focuses on spirituality in gaming or motivational mindfulness in gaming and bringing that to people. So a few things, are there when it when I have my um on the aspect of my content, right? It's going to be a good time, you know. But definitely, with video games, have a purpose when you play. Um, don't just let it be something mindless or something to where you're just competitive and you have an egotistical drive when you're playing. Have a purpose, and set your eye on a key determination of when you play. I play for um I play for dexterity. I play for its scientific proven aspects of how it focuses on um focus and helping uh hand-eye coordination and spatial awareness. Good game. I played to anchor in a few different things with it. But I want to say if you do have your sights on having content on a platform like this, upload it, download Streamlabs and record the content and then upload it, just so, if you do want to take, say, if I want to stream for 20 minutes today, I can do that and upload a video and still have the ability to attract an audience and it can come on, it can garner in some sort of view, it can garner in some sort of audience because what if there is a meta out there or a population of people that want short form content for gaming. uh I did not time my jump right. You have to jump to be able to well, you have to time your jump because you only get a specific amount of jump to gain in bounds, and I did not time that well, you know. Dodge. Come on. But this is fun, you know. I'm optimistic and totally um like excited for where ranked leads me, and the um just what I'll see in this game as I rank and as I get better, and as the rank levels up, because I want to see more to this game and I want to be able to compete at a better level. I like friendly competition and I like healthy competition, and I think uh, that's something that people need to have is friendly competition and healthy competition. Healthy competition for sure. You know, having your mind to where it's like, okay, when I compete, it's gonna be healthy. Because you could have it in a way where you're stressed out and people, they just totally get upset all the time, and it's not healthy for them when they're playing, and also when they're live or when they're showcasing their material, they're getting upset and causing negative energy to be reverberated. So for yourself and others, because the stuff you do to yourself impacts other people, right? When you're focusing on how you're putting your image out there, like the stuff you do in your time affects other people because that's the stuff you're going to put out. So always have positive things that you're doing um, uh, all the time, right? Because we need more of that in the world, and we need to put that energy out there, right? Life is too critical, right? I'm not going to say it's short because that's subjective, right? Life is critical, and the energy we put out is important because it affects people, and things go fast when we are in a bad state of self, right? We need to experience a slow kind of living um, and a more grounded way of living. I play different competitive games too. Um, Come on, no. Uh, I play different competitive games too. FPS. But I am mindful about the times when I play, and mindful of the time that I spend playing. Right? Um, I don't think that gaming should overtake your presence in life, right? It shouldn't be something that is just like at forefront, and like if you don't demonstrate a certain aspect of yourself in a game or a certain way of performance, that is the end of your gaming um not I mean not gaming, but the end of your positive state of mind, right? You should be exuding a positive mindset and playing the game and having that same energy throughout your day. That's why I was saying that, come on. um, the things you do to yourself and the things that the good game and the energy you hold. Dang, sorry, I was going for the wrong team. I forgot who I was. uh, I need to do better. But the things you do to yourself are the things that impact other people as well, right? So having that energy of um, your state of mind being a specific way and not letting the game overtake your senses, because I'm not great at games, you know. I try in different ways and I want my performance to be a specific way, right? A specific, um, I demand certain things when I game, I demand um, different types of performance levels when I game, but I leave a outing to where if I do, why is my controller glitching? I leave an outing to where if my gaming performance is, that I don't have a ceiling on my gaming performance. I don't have a ceiling in life. I exude, I kind of let, God be like, okay, well, you know, the 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 limit is unending, and I'm able to outreach in a way and uplift myself and uplift the best of what I'm doing, and it has no limit, right? We shouldn't have a ceiling. Just to play and have the peace and have the love in life. Love is the highest energy, right? In the spiritual community, people say authenticity is the greatest energy in life. I believe love is the greatest energy. I always have. Ever since I was a youth, I believe that love is the highest form of energy and is the highest form of um, love is the highest vibration. You know, because anyone could be authentic, right? I would think authenticity is a trend, right? I would think people just see what is authentic based on what they want to see. Maybe it's authentic to me, but you can be authentic per se and not have God in your life, and I'm not going to go for that. I'm going to put the Lord in my life, and I'm going to have that to be my status and my um that's 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 my practice and that's my status quo, right? Is God in my life, right? My stream is not just mindfulness. My stream is not just positive energy. It's God, right? My stream speaks about God, and my stream speaks about having that in my life, and that is how I have found the peace and found the love and found the satisfaction in my life. That's what keeps me going. That's what I want my content to um I don't want my content to have a de- deterrence of his light. I don't want my life to have a deterrence of his light. I don't want my presence to have a deterrence of his energy. I don't want a life without that. I don't want a life without the blessing and the satisfaction I receive with his presence and his positivity, his grace, and his peace. And we should go for that. I believe that things wrong in life are a defiance and a elimination of people having God at the forefront of their life, right? We should be spending money to eliminate world hunger, but we spend money in things that are similar to what people do in video games, right? Isn't that strange that the energy we see where people just play video games all the time, or they gotta go into the game, they gotta log in, and people have that same energy in life, right? They're doing video game type shit, right? They're doing their space stuff, they're doing their science research. And what is that doing for the basic types of energy that is going to satisfy people that are living without basic necessities every day? They'll spend trillions of dollars doing these things that are advanced in technology, things that are not getting our basic needs met, as far as people struggling without food or shelter. But that seems to be an issue when they need it, right? But they need it. So we need to have our right. Sometimes I do use my language um is not cut to a specific fabric, right? When I use specific language, I'm not in defiance of purity. I think when people say they're using profanity or they're cursing, it's called profanity because you're profaning light. You're edging God out, right? But when I say that, I speak against the darkness. We have to learn that we could use our language in specific ways. You know, um, I'm not gonna fall for everything. I'm going to lean upon God and the energy I found with that. I think this might be my last game. I really want to get more into this, but during this journey, um, I'll make sure to incorporate this game, and um, while I am away from my time uploading, I'll play some games and get better. And I don't know if this will be my last game. But we're getting down to some of the last games for this upload. And I don't want people to be deterred to be like, oh, well, this is going to be a type of crash environment to where it's just going to be all strict. And it's like, I am a very serious person, right? I believe there's a void of seriousness in life, and that leads to immorality, and it could be taken to sin. But I don't want people to think that this isn't relatable. This is relatable. The light within me is something that can uplift you and help you in your life. It's not. It's not something that is uh, void of relation. Okay, time to jump. Come on, man. Come on, man. I didn't know she could do that. This is my first time playing her. Yes. Finally, some. Ah, damn. movement is really important in this game. I find that movement is something that's very important in games in general, and people it's not, games are just not all all about damage. It's movement and it's also different peripherals. This game looks like it's gonna go well. It could. Uh, I did a good try. Alright, come on, man. Man. But yeah, I don't play long, and maybe that's something to where people can be more connected to the content because it may not be that ex- extended to where if you want it in one viewing, you could do that, right? And you can get a good motivational um, insight, and you can connect and feel as if you have some sort of uh, way that you feel motivated, but I want you to feel seen and I want you to feel as if you have a destination that is there for you. So I'm going to have the upload be at that. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you have a really blessed night, and thank you for joining me on Evening Excellence. I do morning mindfulness and afternoon acclaim as well. So we have some series to where I do them at different parts of the day and I upload them, and it's just motivational talk, and I expand on different sort of focuses of getting the world to a better place and love and peace. I really just want to uplift people and motivate people and do that in a way that inspires people in a godly way. And honestly, people may not focus on it, but the things that draw you closer to light are the things that are focused and centered in the consciousness of God and that mentality. So some people may be uh, be ruminating away from that in the way that they don't want to draw closer to God. But if you could kind of get past the name of it and get more in touch with the energy and the way it focus and the way it flows in your life, you can get to a better place. My name is Quantum. Thank you much for joining me on Evening Excellence. You have a blessed night and namaste. Thank you. I'll see you next time. Make sure to follow, and I'll see you. Take care. Peace, love, namaste. Blessings.